2007 09G Volkswagen Jetta. I'm going back with it, doing a full rebuild. Now I want you to notice that this sleeve likes to rotate. If this sleeve is loose, Sonax has an updated one that has a little hole that you put a pin and you press it back into the hole, so it won't spin anymore, so that the fill passages that fills the clutch drum should be clear. If it spins, it'll block the feed hole and you will lose 4th, 5th, and 6th gears. We want to point that out to you. And I'm going back with the assembly on this 09G 2007 Volkswagen Jetta. Got the K2 clutch drum. That's what's next. That's the first thing that's going to go into the barrel in the case. I'm going to go ahead and assemble the rear planet and put it on the K2 clutch drum and drop it in as an assembly. That's what I'm going to do next. That's our next step. Okay, here we go. Into the case. K2. B2. Rear lube. That's rear lubrication. K2. B2. 09G. Now we follow it with our sprag, one-way clutch. It rotates clockwise and it locks counterclockwise. So our low sprag or B2 sprag. Now the output gear is next with the support. Output ring gear and support. See how one gear turns one way and the other reacts to the opposite direction? This is our K2 clutch drum shaft 09G. Followed by our transfer gear. Okay, we now continue with the parking mechanism. We first install our parking pole and then our pin through the back. It has the access hole in the back. Through there you take that plug out and you pull the pin out. And then we put this assembly here with well, next goes this item down here that has a little spring that pushes the parking pole against the gear so it won't engage itself. And then this assembly. Now we're going to continue stacking our assemblies and sub-assemblies, and then we're going to put our rooster comb and our shaft that goes from the top of the unit all the way to the valve body. Okay, next was the B1 shell, followed by the sun gear shell, needle bearing race, and the needle bearing. Okay, so next is going to be our K1 drum. Just drops in there. And the front planet and the K3 clutch drum assembly already assembled. I'm going to drop it in there. Now this K3 and the K1, they both assemble on the same front planet. Let me show you here. This is the front planet. I gotta engage it on the K1. Okay, it's already bottomed out. Now we get the K3 clutch drum assembly, and we'll engage the clutches on that. And there we go. On there. Okay, so now we put the B1 clutches, or the ones that are next, the B1 clutches. Now that we have our B1 clutches installed, we put the B1 clutch return spring. There's a cutout, a circle there so you can clear the differential. A little tricky once everything's assembled, but there we go. Next is going to be our linkage rod that goes right across with our rooster comb assembly that goes in here. The clicker, the one that clicks when you move the selector, the shift selector. And then our pump, our bell housing, and then the most fun part, the valve body. Okay, we got the pump already assembled. Already got the linkage rod, the rooster comb, the D10 roller, everything assembled. Our differential, there's our pump, and our input shaft. Okay, so K1, B2, B1, everything air checks perfect. Hear that? Nice thump. Alright, now we put our bell housing. It's ready to install our bell housing on this 09G 2007 Volkswagen Jetta. 6-speed front wheel drive automatic 09G. This is what's next coming up. Stay tuned. Part 2 is going to be valve body only. Stay tuned. 09G, 09G, TF60SN.